Here on RTD 260R throughout a lot of the 2008 season. He became quite a regular on Saturday mornings, and with our Sports Central program was Paul Haselby, and hopefully we will be commentating a lot more of him out on the football field representing Fremantle wearing that magnificent Guernsey, and he joins us on the line now. Hase, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, Carl. It'll be nice to steer clear of the studio this year, mate, and hopefully get a few games in.
Well, I am going to try and get you in at some stage with something, but we will certainly keep working on that behind the scenes. I went and had a chat to the boss a little bit earlier about a couple of things that we got in the pipeline, so we'll get hold of you about that. But more importantly, how's the pre-season training going? You're back into action again today after a bit of a break.
Yeah, it's been pretty hot the last couple of days, but it's been a bit different for me to come back in after having a fair bit of time off. Obviously, I started my pre-season about 4 weeks before the rest of the team, so I was really looking forward to that Christmas break, which was good. But I must say it's a different place down there at the moment with a lot of the older guys moving on last year and getting sort of 12 and 13 new rookies. You wouldn't know it being an outsider looking in who's who on the footy field. So it has been different and taking a little bit of getting used to.
Paul, we've seen a lot of vision of you before Christmas. They'd had you working pretty good. What about the six-pack and the guns? Are they all back?
Yeah, I saw a couple of shots in the paper prior to Christmas, and I wasn't looking that good. But we're getting there. I don't think I'll ever have bulging biceps or a stomach you could iron a shirt on. But certainly getting back to some peak fitness. With
all the senior players going, can you see yourself playing a very important role in the leadership area and all that?
Yeah, we had our leadership group named recently, and I wasn't in that. But obviously, when you've been out of football for so long. Yep. Those sort of things happen, but all the guys that are sort of over 24 nowadays have a really big role to play this year with so many of the young players coming in, and we have a responsibility to bring them up in the right environment and make sure, by the end of their career that they taste a fair bit of success, which players that have been and gone before didn't get to taste.
So the process for you will be obviously the lead-up games, and you just got to put a performance on the board. Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's right. I still I've really got to earn my spot back in the team. There were some guys that stood up last year towards the end of the year in the midfield, like Byron Shammers, Dave Mundy, moved in there, and Garrick Ibbotson and Reece Palmer, the young guys, were sensational throughout the year. So I've got a fair bit of work to do, and the fitness staff have really set January down for the whole team to really go up a level, and there'll be a fair bit of man-on-man contact over that month, so that'll be good to me to get a bit of confidence back in the knee, and hopefully I can hit the pre-season running and be ready for that first game against Ben Cousins' Tigers.
Now, your coach suggested that, Hase, you might be playing a little bit of a sweeper's role, a little bit like the late and great Chris Mainwaring used to play for the West Coast Eagles in the good old days.
Yeah, I've spoken to halves about that, going a little bit back to the half-back flank, and it's sort of the way football's going these days is, your half-back flankers are playing on half-forwards that wander up into the midfield anyway, so you're pretty much paying there, and this year footy's going to take a little bit of a different outlook with a lot of teams zoning, and that'll all be interesting to watch how that evolves. But, obviously the more strings you can get to your bow on a football field, the longer you could probably stay in the game, and I'm sure it's going to be beneficial for me. Is
that part of the culture that he's trying to instill down there, that players have just got to take on different roles than what they've been experiencing?
Yeah, that's right. We've seen, in the last couple of years, there's basically a whole group of midfielders, a couple of forwards, a couple of defenders, and everybody else sort of just, moves around between half forward, half back, and in the middle. So football's going that way. It's definitely going towards running a lot, and I'll be doing my utmost to try and keep up with the guys over the next month of this pre-season.
And overall, with your knee, how's it been?
Yeah, it's been a little bit strange. Obviously, you get a few aches and pains from here to there, but it hasn't kept me out of any training, which has been promising. And as I said, this January will be really the big test to step it up and get into full-on man-on-man drills and take a bit of tackling and getting around people. So hopefully by February, all that confidence will be back, and I can hit the ground running and hopefully have a good year.
When do you hope to maybe be at a stage where you can play your first game of footy? Are you going to sit out most of the pre-season competition?
I wouldn't have thought so. I'm more than keen to be ready for that first one. I think if we were to play a game in 2 weeks' time, I'd be ready to play that. So things have progressed well, and obviously just the next month will be great to get a little bit more confidence and be ready to go. But hopefully, we hit the NAB Cup with our best team and really try and get a good start to the year, because in recent years we've sort of given away our whole season within the first 6 weeks of the start of it. So we want to hit the ground running.
Is it a competition you want to win, the NAB Cup?
We haven't spoken about it as of yet, whether we want to win, but I would say Fremantle, having not experienced too many finals campaigns, any big pressure games that we could be involved in would be only beneficial for, not only the senior players, but to bring all these young kids and really get them involved in winning every game we try and play in.
Be nice to have another trophy sitting in there other than that Western Derby trophy you've won a couple of times.
Oh, we won a couple of exhibition matches in London, which were pretty special to have in the trophy cabinet. So, as you say, it would be good to try and bolster that cabinet. I don't know if we do have a cabinet at the moment.
I've seen pictures of it. There's not much in there.
Hey, so those young kids, I mean, you would have seen a bit of them now. How do they impress you? There's a fair group there.
Yeah, there is. Stephen Hill's athleticism on the track's just, he's up there with Gary Gibbonson with, close to our best runner, and can really jump, and he's really impressed a lot of the fellas. A young guy called Nick Subin, inside ball winner. He looks like he'd probably be the first one to play, I reckon, this year, just with his ability to find the ball. And Zach Clark, depending if we get any injuries, he's obviously a skinny kid, but he's obviously over 200 centimetres and can really run. He's doing well in a lot of our tests. So, and also in the rookie draft, in case we do have some injuries, we picked up a lot of senior waffle guys like your Greg Broughton, Bam Burlow from West Perth. He won their best and first last year. And Matty DeBoer, who was touted as, a potential draft pick this year. So we've got a good range of guys that are ready to go, but also some guys that are going to take a bit longer to develop.
Has your footy career, and just looking at all the boys that went, and a lot of your good mates and blokes that I know that you've bled with on and off the field in other areas like horse racing and so on, has it gone quick, Hase? Has it gone quick to be where you're at now?
Yeah, it does. It flies before your eyes. I still remember coming down, and I still consider myself that young punk that came in 99, but before you know it, it's been 10 years, and all of a sudden you're the 5th or 6th oldest guy at the club. So it has been a lot different, and it takes a lot of time to adjust, not having your Sean McManuses and your Peter Bells and Matthew Carr there to hang around with. So obviously it's a chance to make new friends and build stronger friendships with a lot of the younger guys. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and hopefully it can be a little bit of success tied into those friendships.
It's nice to do that too, but it's also good to, if you can have the time. I mean, sometimes the blokes that leave you from footy clubs don't have the time for you because they're off doing other things, but it's nice to actually keep that sort of contact as well. Have you been able to keep in contact with a few of the boys that have left the club?
Yeah, sure. I've spent a lot of time with Shawnee Mack. Obviously, he's still down the club in a coaching role. But Peter Bell, we have a big involvement with horse races and stuff like that. And Matty Carr, we see around the place. And also Justin Longley are doing a great job in recruiting down at the Fremantle Football Club. So we all do keep in contact, and we do have a special bond because we spent so long together.
Well, lovely, mate. Thanks very much for your time tonight. All we can say is all the best, and hopefully we will see you out there more often than what we did in 2008.
No worries, guys. Look forward to speaking to you during the year.
Good on you. Paul Hasleby here on 882 6PR.